I'm about to do your Gemini love reading for the end of May, beginning of June 2022. And in this Gemini tarot reading, we're going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. But I also have a special birthday present I want to give you. Gemini, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Gemini love reading. And happy birthday to you. I know it is Gemini season, which means you have a birthday coming up, and I have something special for you. I've got a birthday present I want to give you. Actually, I have several birthday presents I want to give you. First, I am doing a special Gemini season birthday celebration giveaway for my Gemini subscribers and viewers here on YouTube. I'm giving away a free personal reading to one of my Gemini subscribers. I'm also going to be giving away 2 gift cards for my Unknown Truth Tarot shop, which will be good for anything that I offer in the store, from Gemini t-shirts and coffee mugs, which we have some new ones in there now, to Gemini crystals, tarot decks. I have Gemini Orgone pyramids in there. I've got a whole bunch of different t-shirts, coffee mugs, candles, energy protection stuff. There's all kinds of fun, helpful stuff in the store, and you'll be able to use the gift cards on any of that stuff. In order to enter the drawing, first, it's for my Gemini subscribers and viewers only, so unfortunately, cross-watchers, this does not apply to you. You literally have to be a Gemini to qualify for this drawing. But you just go to my website at unknowntruthtarot.com/Gemini-gift. I'll put the web address on the screen for you at a couple of points throughout this video. It's also going to be a link to that in the description right below this video and in the first pinned comment before this video. There's no purchase necessary or anything like that. You literally just click the link, go to my website on that page, enter your name and your email address into the little box there, and you're signed up for the drawing. I'm going to pick the winners at random with my little random number generator doohickey thingy, and I will do that on June 21st, and I will contact the winners by email, and then I will email everyone that entered and let them know who the winners were. Again, no purchase necessary for that, but once you enter that drawing, I do have an actual birthday gift that I want to give to you. Actually, there's 3 different ones that you can choose from. I'm going to give away one of 3 different items from my Unknown Truth Tarot shop. They're all Gemini items, all stuff that I sell in the store. You'll be able to just pick whichever one of those 3 that you like the best, and I'm going to send it to you absolutely free. All I ask is that you help me not go completely broke doing this by covering the small shipping fee it takes to send it to you. I'm already going through a considerable expense in purchasing these items to give away instead of selling them in the store. And it would cost me literally tens of thousands of dollars to pay for the shipping to send all of these gifts out to all my Gemini viewers and subscribers, because there are tens of thousands of you. So all I'm asking is that you help me cover the small shipping fee so I can afford to send that gift to you. But again, I'll put the web address for all that stuff at the bottom of the screen a few times through the video. The link is in the description and the first pinned comment. But enough yakking, let's get on with this Gemini love reading here for the end of May, beginning of June 2022. And let's start by getting one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Gemini and their romantic person of interest here at the end of May, beginning of June. Thank you. Let's get 3 cards for you, Gemini. What's going on with Gemini as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between the 2 of them here at the end of May, beginning of June 2022. I have one flip over here. Oh, cool. Let's get 2 more for Gemini. What's going on with Gemini as it relates to their person? Thank you. Now let's get 3 cards for your person, Gemini. What's going on with Gemini's romantic person of interest as it relates to Gemini and the connection between them here at the end of May, beginning of June 2022, please. Oh, these 2 came out together. We'll take those together. And yeah, you just saw me turn a card right side up. I don't read reversals, so whenever one comes out upside down, I just automatically grab it and flip it right side up without even thinking about it. The only time I don't do that is if one of them screams at me and tells me not to, and that didn't happen there, so turn them upright. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 2 of coins. Now, this is Capricorn energy. This is a 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of an energy. It's a card of balance, but it's more about trying to maintain your balance or regain your balance once your balance has been thrown off. It's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not being 100% sure. It's a 2. 2s are always about decisions or choices. This is a decision where you've got two options that are pretty much the opposite of each other, where you're asking something like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Going back and forth about it, not being really sure what to do here. Right under that is the 5 of coins. This is Taurus energy. This is an energy of abandonment. 5s are conflict. So this is some sort of an abandonment. It's about being cast aside, about being left out in the cold, discarded, walked away from. This is a breakup card here. So I'm not sure if someone is contemplating a breakup here, going back and forth about it, like, do I break up, don't I break up? Or if this is a case where there has been a breakup between the two of you and there's some off-balance energy with that, trying to make some sort of a decision now after the breakup. It's possible someone was juggling more than one person, and that's why there was a breakup. Right behind that breakup card, I have the Knight of Wands. Knights are action takers. Wands are about passion, desire. So this is actions toward passion and desire. A lot of times, this is a really fast-moving energy. A lot of times, this gets called the player of the tarot deck. It's someone who's like wishy-washy and in and out and back and forth, and their loyalty is shifting. They can't stay in one place for too much time. They feel like they have to go somewhere else. This is someone who can rush in all passionately and get what they want, rush out all passionately, go somewhere else and get what they want, and come back and forth and try and play both sides of the fence. Definitely somebody who is totally capable and willing to juggle more than one person. That's what that energy is sometimes about. This is also like a changing your mind kind of an energy. This is also a changing your mind kind of an energy. So this could be telling me, hey, we got somebody here that was juggling more than one person, running back and forth between them, and that results in a breakup. This could be that there's contemplating about a breakup and trying to decide, do I break up, don't I break up, and I keep changing my mind about it. It could be either of those two things. I don't necessarily think that's what's going on, though, because I have the King of Wands right behind that. Now, this is a step up from the Knight of Wands for sure. This is, again, Wands are about passion and desire. This is the pinnacle of that suit. It's the highest order of that suit. So this is someone who knows exactly what they want. This is either Sagittarius or Leo energy, by the way. This is someone who knows what they want. They go after what they want with bold, passionate, fiery determination. The King of Wands is not someone who accepts excuses or accepts defeat. He doesn't take no for an answer. He doesn't let obstacles get in his way. This is the kind of person who's going to find a way to get what he wants, or he's going to make a way to get what he wants. Very bold and determined type of a person, a go-getter kind of a person. Very motivated and driven. Again, though, because it's the pinnacle of the wand suit, it can also be someone who is very motivated and driven by passion and desire, driven by the wand, so to speak. And this is definitely a person that's driven by the wand. If this is describing a player type of a person, this would be the kind of person who, when their wand stands up and points at something, they got to go run in to see what it's pointing at and do something about that. This could be someone who's very sexually motivated, very sexually driven, especially when I have both of those two cards back to back. Now, I do have another king right behind that, the King of Cups. So, a lot of times, especially in a personal reading, if I see two queens, well, there's two different feminine energies involved here. If I see two kings, sometimes there's two different male energies involved, masculine energies involved. Excuse me. When I'm describing this player energy, this does not have to be a man doing this. This can be a woman doing this as well. Could be that there's a woman juggling two men. It could be, this shouldn't actually be confused with male energy, like male gender and female gender. This is masculine energy. So a woman is every bit as capable of having masculine energy as I am. I'm every bit as capable of having a feminine energy like the Empress as a woman would be. So this is someone who is a decision maker. It's someone who, when they make their decisions, they consult their emotions, they consult their intuition. This is someone who has a lot of love and emotions, but doesn't necessarily outwardly express that. They don't wear their heart on their sleeve. They don't publicly broadcast how they feel about something. no matter how rough and choppy the waters get around the King of Cups, he's usually able to maintain his calm, cool, collected composure. He doesn't let that show. He could be having like emotional turmoil inside, and you wouldn't even be able to tell by looking at him. And likewise, this kind of a person could love you to pieces and would never let you know. You wouldn't be able to tell even if you were sitting on the couch next to them. So this could be describing two different aspects of your person here, two different aspects of you. Not 100% sure yet. This could be two competing aspects of your person. It could be a case of like, which one of them am I going to get today? You know, am I going to get the King of Wands? Am I going to get the King of Cups? Am I going to get the lovey-dovey person? Am I going to get the passionate person here? Whew. Got the Ace of Wands right behind that though. So this could be telling me that your person did something stupid here. Rushed off following their wand when it stood up and pointed, and went and took some passionate, lovey-dovey kind of action somewhere. And in the meanwhile, they still have a lot of love and emotions for you, and they're just not telling you about that. This Ace of Wands is a new beginning. It's a new beginning in passion and desire, a passionate new beginning. This wand represents sexual energy, sex, the male phallus. This is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck, so it represents the male doohickey and using that to be intimate. Again though, that can also represent sexual energy from a female. I think that's what's happened. I think your person probably ran off and did some passionate stuff somewhere, started a new beginning in passion and desire somewhere. The next card we have is the Aquarius Major Arcana card, the Star. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. It's also card 17 of the Major Arcana. I had to look there for a second. It's not like I don't do this 75 times a day, but card 17 of the Major Arcana. That's the card that comes right after the Tower in the sequence of the Major Arcana cards. So you don't make it to the Star without going through a Tower moment first. I don't see a Tower out here yet, but I know there has been one between the two of you just because the Star is here. This is like when something comes apart in your life and the Tower comes crashing down, whether that's your relationship coming to an end, or this belief system that you have crumbles away, or this mental model of the world you've been operating from just shatters in front of your eyes, and now nothing's the same as it was before that. It's really hard to see your path moving forward from there. The Star is the guiding light from the universe that lights the way for you so you can see your path moving forward. It's where your hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. I think your person did something stupid, and in the background, under the surface of all of this, there's still love and emotions here, even though they followed their wand. There's still the hope that this can be healed between the two of you. But right under that, there's the Five of Cups, which is Scorpio energy of sadness and remorse about the past. It's about being focused on these three cups that have been spilled, all the love and emotions that have been spilled, all the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. At its core, this card is about what a person focuses on literally determines the emotions that they feel. So if you're focused on the past, you will feel what you felt in the past. If you focus on something that you think you've lost, you're going to feel that loss. If you focus on something that you believe is missing from your life, you're going to feel that gap in your life. So this is a card telling you to control your focus. It's also saying that someone here, maybe both of you, the focus isn't in the right place. You're focused on what you don't have instead of being focused on the two upright, completely full of love cups in the background here. What you do have, what you could be happy about. These two cups represent the Two of Cups, which is a love connection between the two of you. So even though there's sadness and remorse, this could be you're sad because of what happened. You're focused on everything coming apart and everything that's been spilled out instead of what you still have. This could be your person is having remorse and regrets and sadness about what they did. Either way, the two cups are still there in the background. Yeah, there was definitely a third party. I have the Three of Swords next. This is Libra energy. This is heartbreak and sadness from the third energy. Now, that third energy is not always a romantic third party, but I believe in this case it probably is. The third energy can be like anything that we do enough of as humans. It's going to create its own energy. Like my business creates an energy in my life. It affects me. It affects my son. It affects my fiance. It affects the people I care about, my daughter. So your career, your job can be that third energy. It's essentially anything that's not you, Gemini, or your person creating some sort of a heartbreaking situation. It could be work, it could be geographic distance, it could be going to the bar too much, it could be playing too many video games, it could be nosy friends, family members, neighbors, any other person that's not the two of you sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. It could be eating too many Doritos, for all I know. If you're going to ask the question, well, could it be blank? If you're asking, then yes, it could be that. But this is some third energy involved. I'm feeling like it's probably a romantic third party, though. Right behind that's the Six of Swords, which is an energy of trying to move forward into calmer waters. It's about trying to leave these rough, choppy waters of the past behind us and move forward toward what we want. At its core, it's about moving away from some mentally or psychologically painful situation or event, trying to leave that in the past where it belongs and move forward without it. The swords in the front of the boat, though, represent that when you do move forward like that, you're going to either carry with you A, the burdens of that past moving forward, or you're going to carry B, the lessons you learned from that painful thing moving forward. So that's the overall gist of, I just got goosebumps really bad, and it's hot in here with all these lights on me. That's the overall gist of what it looks like this reading is going to talk to me about. I might have to come back to that more as we go along here, but this mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you. It doesn't always have to affect you both exactly the same way. Sometimes it's a case of they did this and now you're feeling it, or sometimes vice versa. The mutual point of interest that's affecting both of you, though, for May, beginning of June 2022, is Justice. This is the Libra Major Arcana card. This card is a card of balance. It's the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. It's also about cutting away something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can happen. Just the fact that this card is here, especially as the mutual point of interest between the two of you, tells me something unfair and unjust occurred and it needs balanced back out. Tell me more about this Justice card. Why is that the mutual point of interest between Gemini, you, huh? Okay, the romantic person of interest. Thank you. Let me make sure nothing else flipped. That felt funny at the end. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, the Tower. I told you there was a Tower. I knew that just from seeing the star. Here it is right in my face. This is a foundation rocking event. This is a game changer. This is something coming apart, something crashing down all around you guys. Towers aren't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's just something that changes everything to where it's not the same anymore. Sometimes towers can be good. I don't feel like this one is good in the least bit. This is probably when the relationship came apart. Something unfair and unjust occurred that needs balanced back out. Things came crashing down here. Now, this is also probably a case where things have come crashing down and there's at least a debate here going back and forth. Do I or don't I try to balance this out? Is it possible? Is it not possible to make this okay and have the right, fair, just thing happen? Is this what's supposed to happen or not? Yeah, right under this Tower is the Ten of Wands. That's Sagittarius energy. This is a heavy burden being carried between the two of you right here. Now, it is a 10, and in tarot, 10s are completions, so that represents the completion of some heavy burden. It's supposed to be the spot where you can lay this burden down and move forward without it. There's that Six of Swords again, Aquarius energy of moving forward into calmer waters, leaving the rough, choppy waters of the past behind. I'm telling you, a Tower is some rough, choppy waters. Carrying a heavy burden like this is some rough, choppy waters. Having your person doing something unfair and unjust, potentially juggling more than one person, having a breakup here, possibly them being a player, very sexually driven and motivated, is some rough, choppy waters. Again, the woman and the child, the swords in the boat, represent that when you leave something like that in the past and move forward toward what you want, you're going to carry with you either the burdens from the past, which we see the burdens right here, or you're going to carry with you the lessons you learned from going through this situation forward with you. Yeah, there's this need to move forward. I'm feeling like there's this need between the two of you to try to balance this out and leave it in the past so that you can move forward, and something's stopping that here. The Hanged Man is Pisces energy. This is a card of like no forward movement happening, no progress happening. Things are stuck right where they're at. It's like the brakes being slammed on. Now the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than he normally would, a different point of view than he'd normally look at things from. And he's doing that trying to gain enlightenment on something. He's trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. How do I get unstuck so that things can move forward from here? Trying to move forward into happiness. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's the Leo Major Arcana card. It's happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. You can't really get a better card than that. Now, sometimes another meaning for the Sun, this is the card that comes right after the Moon. The Moon's about something being hidden in the dark. The Sun can represent illumination, as in the thing that was being hidden got the light shined on it, it got exposed, it could be seen for what it actually was, something came out into the open. That could be the unfair, unjust thing that took place. I do have a strong feeling that there was giving to more than one person here. There was some passionate new beginning somewhere. It's what it feels like to me. Now, this could be a case that was exposed. That's why things aren't moving forward. This could also be a case of there's a need to balance this out, and that's you're not able to move forward toward your happiness for whatever reason right now. I think that's it, because we've got the Devil next. This is Capricorn's Major Arcana card. This is heavy toxic energy most of the time. This is addiction. This is obsession with something. It's a feeling of being trapped by something, feeling like you can't escape from something, feeling like something's controlling you. Sometimes this can represent like an element of someone in this connection's shadow, like a piece of themselves that they don't like, and they don't want you to see it, they don't want other people to see it, they don't want to look at it themselves, so they pretend like it's not there. They repress it and they hide it down in the shadows and ignore it and pretend like it's not there, but it is there. And it creates situations that control their life, and it controls elements of other people's lives. It's a toxic energy about something that's happened to them at some point that they never properly dealt with. They never addressed it, they never healed it, they never did the internal work on that piece. They just pretended like it never happened and it's not really there, and now it's starting to fester up and cause controlling situations. Now, if you notice, the two people on the card that are chained to the Devil are the same two people from the Lovers card. So this could be telling me that there's this need to move forward, but this inability to do it, an inability to move forward to happiness, because there's this energy of being stuck to this connection, like feeling like you're bound to this person, feeling like this connection has so much pull to it that you can't escape from it, which is another thing I get from the Sun here. If you look at our solar system, all the planets revolve in orbit around the Sun because the Sun has so much gravity to it. We can't escape the gravitational pull of the Sun. This could be telling me that this connection has so much gravity to it. It has so much pull to it that you can't get away from it. Even though there's been a breakup, even though there's been this unfair thing going on, even though it's been a burden and there's this need to move forward, you can't bring yourself to do it. But that is shared energy that actually applies to both of you. So, get this back in the right order here. That's on top. Thanks. Now, to clarify this Justice card, doing the right, fair, just thing, balancing out something that's out of balance, like trying to get justice for some unjust event that occurred. To clarify that, I have the King of Pentacles, Death, the Queen of Swords, and the Fool. King of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. Sometimes it could be Taurus energy. This is one half of the two people that work together as equals to build the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles would be that maximum stability and abundance and prosperity and that happy, stable home life that we all want. It's like the combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources. This is half of the equation that builds that. The other half is the Queen of Pentacles. Not out here in the shared energy. So it's not always just the cards that come out that tell me something. It's sometimes the cards that don't come out that also tell me something. The Queen of Pentacles is not here. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but if I look at your person's second card, the Queen of Coins, Pentacles, they're the same thing. This deck calls them coins, this deck calls them pentacles, but the Queen is here. So there is definitely counterparts here. There's just separation between them. They're not in the same place, which tells me that you guys are not in the same place. Probably because of the unfair thing that happened, the Tower, this breakup that occurred. Now, a lot of times when I see the King and the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, they build that together. The Ten of Pentacles is almost always people who live together, or people who are married, or at the very least, people who are thinking about and probably talking about moving in together and combining their lives into one. I've got those two elements here, but again, there's like separation, distance between them here. Death is the next card. This is the Scorpio Major Arcana card. Huh? It's also on my t-shirt. This is a painful transformation taking place. This is something dying. It's an ending to something. Now, sometimes there's something new, some new blessing that's trying to come into your life, and it can't fit because there's something else occupying that spot, something that's already dead that needs to just fall away to make room for the new blessing. And until that occurs, the new blessing can't show up for you. Sometimes this is an energy of just a painful transformation process. So if you think about like when a caterpillar goes into a cocoon, it's not having fun in that cocoon. It's not a party. It's not fun and games. The caterpillar is actually dying. A piece of itself is dying. It's dissolving. It's transforming, having a painful metamorphosis. And when it leaves that cocoon, it ain't a caterpillar anymore. It is a beautiful butterfly, but the caterpillar part dies. And during that process, it's painful. It's not fun to go through. Now, it comes into that situation as an ugly little worm with hair all over it, and it comes out as a beautiful butterfly. So it definitely comes out better than it was when it came in. It's just the whole process of going through it sucks. And that could be what's going on in this connection. There's a balancing out happening, or at least a need to balance something out. The mutual point of interest is the most powerful card of balance, and the overall energy is a card of trying to maintain your balance or regain it after there's been a breakup and a Tower here. Next, we have the Queen of Swords. This is a Libra card. This is she who knows the truth. And you can see when she holds her hand out, she's offering to let someone speak their truth. The problem is she already knows the damn truth. So the truth you speak to her had better match the truth she already knows, or she will cut your head off with that sword. So she's an energy of speaking the truth about something. She's also an energy of cutting off the things or the people that aren't in her best interest anymore. A lot of times, this will mean the severing of the connection here. So we've got something unfair happening, looking like your person probably did the unfair thing here, causing some sort of either a death and a severing in the connection, or some sort of a painful transformation process that led to a severing, or at least during this transformation process there has been a severing in the connection. The final card to clarify justice is the Fool. This is card 0 of the Major Arcana, the very first card of the Major Arcana, the very first card of the tarot deck. This is about taking the blind leap of faith on something. It's about not needing to know what all the steps are from beginning to end before you take the first step. It's about just saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going for it. I'll jump off the cliff and I'll figure out how to grow wings on my way down. I'll figure out how to work this as I go. This can also be an energy of risk-taking, like taking risks outside of the connection. I feel like that's probably the unjust thing that happened. That's probably why there's a painful transformation process we're going through. It's probably why there's the Tower and the heavy burden. I saw the 3 of Swords, the passion and new beginning, the player energy of potentially giving to more than one person. That's what it's looking like. Now, I won't really know for sure until I get most of the way through your energy, Gemini. Once I get through most of your energy, I'll be able to see more clearly how that applies to you. So I'll come back to it then. And then I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy, because then I'll be able to see how it applies to them. But that's the mutual point of interest between the two of you here at the end of May, beginning of June 2022. Gemini, your energy in this connection is the Empress, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. The Empress is card 3 of the Major Arcana. This is the mother of the tarot deck. It's a grounded, stable, nurturing, prosperous energy, a creative energy. She's also perpetually pregnant, so the Empress is always giving birth to something here. So she's like the gateway between spirit or the universe or God, or however you choose to view that, and this physical 3D reality that we live in. So whenever someone's trying to manifest something, she's how it gets birthed into reality. It gets mirrored back from the universe and it gets birthed into reality through the Empress energy. So she represents the birth of something new. Whether that's you trying to manifest something new and actually having it birthed into reality, or if this is going to talk about the birth of a new connection, either for your person or if this was you doing the unfair, unjust thing, we're going to find out here. Tell me about the Empress. Why is that here for Gemini, end of May, beginning of June 2022? Let's get one more on this Empress, please. Why is the Empress here? Okay, we'll take 2. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Swords, Aquarius energy. Seen it a couple times already in both decks, actually. Moving forward into calmer waters, leaving the rough, choppy stuff in the past where it belongs, moving forward toward what you want, carrying the lessons or the burdens forward with you. Yeah, there's a need. There was a birth of something new, and now there's a need to move on. This is either you trying to leave this person in the past and move forward without them, or this is you trying to rebirth the connection with them, balance it out, and leave what happened in the past and move forward with them. Either way that applies to you. Very next card's the Hanged Man again. Pisces energy, progress being halted. There is no forward movement. There is no moving on for you right now. Either you're not able to move on from this person, or you're also not able to move on with them at this point, which could be why there's this back and forth energy here. You're still off balance from the breakup, it looks like. Yeah, you're not able to get unstuck to get to your happiness. Whether that means moving on without them or moving forward with them, you're just not able to get unstuck from it. There's that devil again. It's got too much pull to it. You're too bound to this connection is what it's looking like. To clarify the Empress, I got the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Magician, and the Queen of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. This is an opportunity presenting itself to you. It's a practical, tangible opportunity being handed to you by the universe. This is not an idea or a concept. It's a physical thing that you can touch. Now, this is the seed that has the potential to turn into the 10 of Pentacles that I already referred to. That stability, abundance, prosperity, combining together of 2 people into one life. It's not the 10 of Pentacles in and of itself. It just has the potential to get there. And that's the thing about aces. They represent opportunities. You have to grab the opportunity and do something with it. Otherwise, it's just empty potential. But this is possibly you trying to rebirth this connection, trying to birth a new opportunity for this connection. Or this is talking about what your person did and they birthed something new. They had an opportunity present itself, and that made their wand stand up, and then they felt completely driven by their wand to go after that opportunity and do something about it. Oh shit. I'm going to have to get ahead of myself again, because the very next card here in that overall energy was the King of Cups, and remember that kind of threw me off a little bit. Wasn't sure because there was the wand right behind it again. I think this Queen of Cups is related to that. These are counterparts. These are 2 cards that are supposed to be together, which sometimes represents 2 people that are probably supposed to be together. 2 people that have a lot of love and emotions for each other. Now, this could be talking to me that you still have a lot of love and emotions for your person and you still want to give that. This could also be talking to me about that other person. This could be the person that they decided to mesh with there when they had this opportunity present itself. Next, we have the Knight of Swords. Knights are action takers. This is the fastest knight in the deck. It's about rushing forward and speaking the truth on something. It's also about rushing forward, taking some rapid, very decisive action on something. This ain't the person who comes in all fast and then has to sit down and read the instruction manual to figure out what to do and how to do it. This is the person that just comes hauling ass in, does the thing, leaves, and they don't even think about it until after they do it. So this can be a very like spontaneous kind of an energy, like someone who didn't think about it first. They just they jumped and they did it. They stepped into this full energy and just went for it, and then they didn't bother to think about it until afterwards. Now, from your point of view, this is feeling a lot like your first card. And the person's first card is always the most important card in their energy. For you, it's feeling much more like something that your person did, and it's showing up as your first card because this is having such a profound effect on you. I think they birthed a new opportunity. They had an opportunity to birth something new. They did it. They just, boom, hauled ass and did it and didn't think about it until afterwards. Next, I have the Magician. This is the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the Tarot deck. It's card 1. This is someone who has all the tools, abilities, resources. They've got everything they need to manifest or create from nothing whatever it is their will desires. He's got all 4 aces on the table in front of him. Those aces are the ones of the 4 suits. Those 4 ones are 1111, which is the number of manifesting. So this is telling me someone here manifested something. It's about shaping the world around you through your thoughts and your actions. I think someone's thoughts occurred after the fact, and their actions definitely happened. And I think this is like a case of like, I made my bed and now I have to lay in it kind of a deal. But I think their actions like manifested something here. There's that Queen of Cups though. This is, like I said, either is representing, even though all of this took place, you still have a lot of love and emotions for your person and you still want to give that. Notice the Queen though, she has a lid on her cup. She does that because she's very in touch with her emotions and her intuition. The cup represents both of those things. The water in the cup represents both of those things. She has a lid on it to protect her emotions. She doesn't want her emotions getting contaminated. She's had that happen in the past. She's been emotionally hurt in the past because something contaminated her emotions, and she's trying to prevent that, hence the lid on the cup. But what she really wants is to take the lid off and pour her love into someone. So this could actually be a dual message where it's either A, you still have love and emotions for them and want to give that to them, or B, this could also be the person that they had this, that they were juggling, the person that they were running back and forth to, following their wand with. It could be that person that they followed their wand with. It could actually be both of those things at the same time. It could be that that's the person they followed their wand with and you still have love and emotions for them. This is Cancer energy. Sometimes this can be Pisces energy or Scorpio energy, any water sign. Next in your energy, central to your energy here at the end of May, beginning of June, Gemini, is the 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy. Options and choices and confusion about your options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here. There's a lot of different ways this situation could play itself out. A lot of emotions involved, and you don't want to make a mistake and pick the wrong cup. Probably why you're in this do I or don't I energy here. Do I move forward with them and leave the past in the past, or do I move forward without them? And you're confused, which could be why you're stuck. The amount of pull this connection has could be why you're stuck. That could be even why you're confused about what to do here. Hell, this could even be your person having all these different options available to them, all these different opportunities to birth something new and follow their wand available to them. That could be just showing up in your energy here. So let's clarify this and see what's going on with this 7 of Cups. Tell me more about the 7 of Cups, please. Why is that here in Gemini's energy? Yeah, makes sense. On the bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. Actions toward love and emotions. This is like romantic gestures, romantic offers, trying to move forward with a love offer, trying to move forward in a love connection. Advance a love connection. I think that's probably what's caused your confusion here. Ooh, right under that is the High Priestess. This is she who knows. If the Queen of Swords is she who knows the truth, this is just she who knows, period. She sits in front of the veil of consciousness, so she's got access to all information that you and I as humans don't have access to. She sees all, she knows all. The problem with her, she don't always tell us all. Sometimes there's stuff that we're not meant to know. Sometimes there's stuff we don't need to know until it's time. At which point she clues us in through our intuition, through gut feelings, signs, synchronicities, dreams with messages in them. That feeling you have where you just know something and you don't really even know how you know it. You just know that you know it. That's her talking to you. Now, in a love reading, she can represent, she's the divine feminine energy of the deck. She's the very first feminine energy. Her gown flows off the card and it turns into water as it rolls down her leg as a waterfall. So every bit of water you see throughout the entire tarot deck originates from her. She is the source of all emotions. She represents the unconscious mind, which in reality is the source of all emotions. So she can represent that this connection, at least from your point of view, is deeper than just something physical. It's deeper than just something emotional. It could be bordering on a spiritual connection, a very powerful, very potent connection, which is probably why I'm seeing the Sun and the Devil as why you can't move forward here. Now, another thing I'm noticing, I've got card 0 in the Fool. I've got card 3 as the Empress for you. Now I've got card 1 and card 2 right here. This is the divine masculine, the divine feminine. This is every bit as good as the Lover's card. Actually, it's probably a little bit better because it's mathematically harder to get both of these cards to come out on the table at the same time. But this is the same two energies depicted on the Lover's card, the divine feminine, divine masculine. This is divine counterparts. So this again is telling me, at least from your point of view, how powerful of a connection this is for you with this person, which is probably why you're having such confusion, why you're off balance, why this is such a painful transformation for you that you had to cut them off or that they cut you off, whichever. Painful that there was this risk-taking behavior on their end. Yeah, you definitely got hurt here. The Nine of Wands is Sagittarius energy of being walled off and defensive. This is also a card of healing, though. That's the wounded warrior, and he's been hurt. Hence the wall he's built around himself. It's a defense mechanism. The wall came up as a way to protect him from getting hurt anymore. He doesn't want to keep getting hurt. He's trying to heal so he can move forward, which I see that happening in your energy. 6 of Swords, Hanged Man. 6 of Swords, Hanged Man. You're trying to move forward. You're either trying to balance this out and move forward with them, or you're trying to cut off what's not in balance so that you can leave it behind and move forward, and you keep hitting the wall. There's the wall. This is also you being hurt and trying to protect yourself. I think your confusion here is from the fact that your person had other options and they advanced on some of those options. This is also probably you being confused about whether or not you can move forward with this connection anymore after what happened. The High Priestess, though, is telling me that deep down you already know the answer to that. You probably already knew what was going on, didn't have the facts to support it, didn't have the physical evidence, not like you saw it or anything like that. You just could tell something was off. You couldn't put your finger on what it was, you just knew somehow that they were moving forward and making romantic offers somewhere else. Now, this could also be telling me you're confused because you're thinking about it with your conscious, logical mind. I mean, you're a Gemini, of course you're going to do that. And in terms of moving forward in this connection, your intuition is telling you something, and your intuition is like, put the wall up, dude. Don't let that happen. Could be either of those things. So you got to take it as it resonates for you. Now, to clarify the 7 of Cups, I got the King of Cups again, the Lovers, and the Page of Wands. King of Cups is, again, this is someone that you have a lot of love and emotions for. They have a lot of love and emotions for you. They're just not outwardly expressing it. They're not telling you how they feel here. They're keeping that to themselves. They're not publicly broadcasting it. There's the counterpart to that. So again, I saw the Magician and the High Priestess, divine counterparts. I've got counterparts here with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. And next I have the divine counterparts again with the Lovers. This is the Gemini Major Arcana card. This is a powerful love connection between the two of you. Now, a long time ago, before the card was called the Lovers, it was called the Choice. So sometimes this will represent a choice in a powerful love connection. I've got the Choice right here as the overall energy. It's almost like to be or not to be, that's the question. Like to break up or not to break up, that's the question. To move forward with them or without them is the question here. So this could be you're confused about what to do because you see the counterpart aspect. You see the counterpart aspect, but there is a choice that needs made in this love connection. This can also represent a choice between more than one lover, which I feel like is what's going on as well. So it could actually be a layered thing where it could be any of those or all of them at the same time. Final card to clarify Seven of Cups is the Page of Wands. Pages are messengers, so wands are about passion and desire. This would be news and messages and communications about passion and desire. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool that we've already seen. It's a much more toned down version of that energy than the Fool is. The Fool is just like, you know what, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just jumping off the cliff and I'll worry about it on the way down. This is much more toned down from that. This is more like having the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something that there's passion and desire for. Now, when I'm looking here next to it, the card laying directly next to it is the Magician. So this is telling me that your person was probably sending passionate messages somewhere else. That was probably how they manifested this situation that you guys are finding yourself in. Their actions were based on messages and communications. Then they probably actually took action on it and didn't think about that very much beforehand. I think they probably took some moving forward in a love offer, love connection, flirting, gestures, things like that. And I think there's also probably a piece of you that at least at times, you're 1 foot in and 1 foot out about it. So it's probably changes if I ask you on Wednesday versus if I ask you on Saturday, you're probably going to give me a different answer. But I think at times you probably at least have the willingness to take the first steps toward trying to balance this out with them, trying to regain the balance of this connection, try to come back and out of the cold from this breakup. And then at other times you're like, hell to the no. Final card for you, Gemini, is the Eight of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. This is the second fastest energy in the deck. This is either rapid back and forth passionate communication on something, rapid forward movement on something, which I don't believe because I've seen the Hanged Man so many times. A lot of times this will just be a shitload of energy coming at you all at one time, like something that's really overwhelming feeling, like trying to take a drink of water out of a fire hose. That'll knock you on your ass, blow you halfway down the street. It's just too much all at once. And that's what this is feeling like to me. It's like too much to process, too much to deal with all at one time. Tell me about the Eight of Wands, please. Why is that here for Gemini? Yeah, I can imagine that. Let's get two more on this. Thank you, Eight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. This is the sword of victory. Doesn't feel victorious here. It can also be the sword of truth, the sword of clarity, the sword you use to make a decision with. Like the word decision, the Latin word that word comes from, literally means to cut off, like to cut off one of those other options and be left with only one option. That's how you make a decision. That's how you go from the back and forth two different options to only having one. You cut one of them off. This can also represent the severing of a connection. It's the sword that the Queen of Swords wields. In the standard tarot deck, the Justice card also features that sword, and in that card it's used to sever something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored. That's your choice right here in this whole reading. Do I sever the thing that's not in balance so we can restore the balance? Can we leave this behind us and move forward and balance it all back out? Or is that not possible? And your other option is to sever this person and move forward without them. And I think you're having a hard time seeing how to do that. And right now it's too much for you to figure out. It's too much to process. It's too much to deal with. It's just too much coming at you and you're overwhelmed by it. Which is probably why we're seeing this confusion about what to do. Actually, when I look at the clarifiers here, the very first clarifier is the Seven of Cups again. So this card has the Seven of Cups right under it and the Seven of Cups right beside it on the table here. So you're overwhelmed and you're surrounded by confusion about what to do. Like not being clear in your decision making, not being able to do that, not wanting to make a mistake. And at this point, you probably feel like regardless of which one you choose, you're making a mistake. You're kind of stuck between the rock and the hard place. Next, to clarify that Eight of Wands is that Knight of Cups again. Actions toward love and emotions. And see, like I'm looking at the Lovers right here in the center, and surrounding it on either side are these two Knights, and they're both going in opposite directions. One of them is rushing forward, taking some action they didn't think about, and the action they didn't think about was moving forward in a love offer. And now you're at this spot where you have to make a choice in this connection. And you don't want to be that. You don't want to rush off and just do something and then have to think about it later. You don't want to make that kind of a mistake, and you're confused about what to do. Do I move on without them? Can we fix this and move forward in this connection? Final card is the High Priestess, which again is your intuition. It's your unconscious mind, your intuition, spirit, source, the universe communicating with you. You're being told something here. The swords represent the thoughts, the conscious mind. What I'm feeling like is your intuition and your emotions are telling you one thing, your conscious mind is telling you something different, and you're not sure which one to listen to at this point. Which I can relate to that. It's like at times you're not quite sure, is that really my intuition telling me something? Or is that wishful thinking? Or is that really my intuition telling me something? Or am I just being too focused on the negative? It can go either way, which again, Two of Pentacles, overall energy. It could go either way. Yeah, and see right behind this Ace of Swords and that wall where you're hurt and the walls are up. I've been seeing the Hanged Man a lot where progress is halted. There's something halting you here. Two of Wands is Aries energy. This again is a two. It's a choice. This is a fork in the road. It's a crossroads in your life. It's a crossroads in this connection. It's a decision point, and it's a decision about what is it that you really want for your life. Which path leads you to the world that you want, and which path do you have to leave behind in order to get there? It's that choice point. Right past that is the Five of Pentacles again. So see, look, we've got a choice. And the Five of Pentacles, the abandonment, the being cast aside, the breakup. And overall energy, we have a choice. And that same Five of Pentacles, the abandonment, the being cast aside, the breakup. And then there's this Three of Wands. It's the next card after the Two of Wands. Here you're at that decision point. Here, the decision's been made already. You've already started down the path you chose. You're at the beginning stages of manifesting the thing you want. You picked what you want. You started going down the path. You started taking actions on that. And you have this positive expectancy that the thing you want is going to manifest. It's going to materialize. It just hasn't happened yet, and you're still waiting on that to occur. Four of Cups, Cancer energy. This is emotional discontentment. This is not being happy with the way things are, not being happy with what you have in front of you. Now remember, we saw that Five of Cups at some point where the Three Cups are spilled. Well, here's the Three Cups, and you're just not happy with the way things currently are, and you keep daydreaming about this other cup this other thing that you believe would lead you to your happiness and fulfillment. Now, sometimes this can represent that there's a love offer on the table between the two of you and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. It's just been left hanging here in the air. Sometimes this could be a case where you're contemplating offering your cup of love to this person in spite of everything that's happened, and you haven't done so yet, either because you're confused about what to do, or you're overwhelmed, or you just can't make up your mind because you've been hurt and that's what's in the way. There's some reason why you haven't yet. Sometimes this could just be a case of you're thinking along the lines of, look, even if I do try to leave this in the past and move forward with them, if we try to work on this and balance it out, I'm still not going to be happy with what we have because there were 3 cups involved here, and you're always going to be thinking about that other cup. It could be any of those things. So you just got to take that however it resonates for you. But that's your energy in this connection for the end of May, beginning of June 2022. Let me scoot this over a dab. Take a look at your person's energy here, because in their energy, Gemini, we have the World, Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, same thing. And these two came out for them together, Judgment and the 4 of Swords. The World is the final card of the Major Arcana. We've already seen the very first card of the Major Arcana. Now we've got the last card here. This has been a full cycle between the two of you from beginning to end here. This is the ending of one cycle, and at the same time, the beginning of a beautiful new cycle. Starting back over at card 0 with the Fool again. Tell me about the World. Why is the World here as the first card for Gemini's person at the end of May, beginning of June 2022, please? Let's get one more on the World, Gemini. Okay, we'll take 2. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles. And the overall energy, there's off-balance energy. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. A decision needing to be made about being cast aside, abandoned, left out in the cold, some breakup. We're clarifying the World, the ending of the cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. There's the breakup happening on the bottom. Ace of Swords. There was a severing in this connection for sure. That seems to be the ending of the cycle here. You know, there's some pain involved. There's some healing that needs to take place. Walls have come up between the two of you. This could be your person knowing that when they cut you off and abandoned you, they hurt you, your walls have come up. There's that same 2 of Wands again, the decision point. Fork in the road for both of you here. It's still feeling like, can we balance this out and make it right or not? To clarify the World, we have Judgment, which is in their very last card. We have the Star, the 2 of Swords, and the Chariot. Judgment is a final decision. This is passing their own final verdict and judgment on a situation, or potentially you passing your final verdict and judgment on the situation. It could be that you're the one that broke up with them, that you're the one that went all Queen of Swords and cut them off and put an end to this because unfair stuff, risk-taking crap was going on, passionate new beginnings happening, being a player. It could be that you passed your judgment on them and you kicked them out or left them. It could be either of those two things, but there's an ending to the cycle because of some judgment. Now, this is a final decision being made here. It's either, are we going to call this completely dead and over with, or are we going to resurrect this? Are we going to call it back from the grave? Are we going to bring it back to life and transform it in a way that it's never going to be this way again? Are we going to be able to balance this out so that what's supposed to happen can actually happen? The World is kind of confusing me a little bit here because it could literally be 2 different ways. It could be the ending of the cycle between the two of you because of what happened, and the breakup now is ended it. The severing has ended it. It could also be that part of the cycle that you're currently in, where you're not together, where you're broken up, and them wanting to end that cycle. They're wanting some decision about this whole being away from each other and being separated and apart. I have the Star next, which is, again, the Aquarius Major Arcana card. We already saw this toward the beginning. Just the fact that this card is here tells me there was a tower. We saw the tower on the bottom of the deck at the beginning. This is healing. It's hope. This is your person having the hope that this judgment, that this connection can be healed. I have the Two of Swords next. There's twos all over the place here. I got the Two of Wands right here. I got the Two of Pentacles right here. Now the Two of Swords. This is Libra energy. This is a decision needing to be made, only it hasn't been made yet, either because there's not enough information to make the decision, or there's something your person can't see, hence the blindfold, or there's something they don't want to see, hence like choosing to keep the blinders on. I mean, they could lay the sword down, take the damn blindfold off, and be able to see what they're doing and choose better, but they're not doing that. So I did see the Devil energy a couple of times. It could be your person's just choosing not to see something here. They could be being really stubborn about something. It could also mean that the actual decision here about the judgment, is it dead and over, or can we resurrect it? Can we heal this? Can we balance it out? That could just not be their decision. That could be your decision, Gemini, which would be why they can't make it. Final card to clarify the world is the Chariot, the Cancer Major Arcana card. This is the fastest moving energy in the deck. The second fastest is this Eight of Wands that's out here affecting you. The third fastest is this Knight of Swords, which I still feel like is your person when they just rapidly acted on something and didn't think about it first. They didn't think about it until it was too late. And by then, it was too damn late. This is about using the will to get past any problems or challenges or obstacles or anything that might be in the way, like this wall that's in the way here. This is about using the will to get past all that stuff and move forward very quickly in success and victory. It's also a person who doesn't know their own strength. They don't realize how much power they have that can affect other people. They don't realize how much damage they can do by just doing what they do. Which is why this is card 7 and card 8 is strength. That's where you learn to contain that piece of yourself. It's where you develop a conscience and like the ability to tell right from wrong and the ability to like realize how much power you have and hold that back. I don't know that your person actually was there yet. I think they acted and didn't realize how bad they were going to hurt you. Probably didn't realize they were going to get found out either, if I'm being real about it. But this is definitely them trying to move past this stuff. Central to their energy here at the end of May, beginning of June, Gemini, we got the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. Again, there's another counterpart set. So I've seen the Magician and the High Priestess out here, divine counterparts. I have the Lovers out here, divine counterparts. I have the King and the Queen of Cups out here, counterparts. Two cards that are probably supposed to be together, or two people that are probably supposed to be together. And now I've got the King and Queen of Pentacles. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of counterparts so far out here. Tell me about this Queen of... Again, these are the two people that work together as equals to build the 10 of Pentacles. So this usually represents husband and wife. This usually represents like very serious boyfriend and girlfriend in committed connection, possibly living together or thinking about going in that direction with it, at least prior to this breakup here. Tell me about this Queen of Coins. There is definitely distance between the two of you. A lot of cards in the way between the two of you. A lot of story between the two of you. Tell me about this Queen of Coins. Some flip over here. What we got? I see. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. news messages, communications about some practical, tangible opportunity, which just happens to be your very first clarifier here in terms of either birthing something new or the opportunity to rebirth this connection. This is your person either having communications and messages about that, or it's them planning for their future, or both. King of Swords, that's some Gemini energy here. It can sometimes be Aquarius energy. I have seen a little bit of Aquarius out here. This is a very logical, rational, smart person. It's like very conscious mind oriented type of a person here. This is someone who's in fact like emotionally detached when they make their decisions. They don't consult their emotions. They don't consult their intuition. They're only looking at what's right in front of them, what's the truth and the facts of the matter, and they try to make all of their decisions based solely on logic and reason and conscious mind thinking. Don't care about the story, don't care about the emotions, just what's the facts. And at the same time, there's that Eight of Wands for your person too. Sagittarius energy. This is a lot to deal with. For you, it's a lot to deal with for them. This is painful for both of you. I'm really hoping that this Death card is what I was talking about at the beginning, where like, yes, this whole situation sucks ass right now while you guys are going through it, but I'm hoping that it's going to be one of those cases that when you finally come out the other side of this crap, you guys are going to be better than you were ever before. That's what it's feeling like here, because what your person is, when I'm clarifying this Queen of Pentacles, which is you, this is you showing up in the center of their energy. What I have is the Ace of Wands, the Five of Cups, and a bunch of goosebumps, and the Seven of Pentacles. Oh my God. This Ace of Wands, in this case, is not representing the phallus. Yes, it's representing passion and desire. It's representing a passionate new beginning that they want with you. This is also like trying to re-spark this connection with you, trying to start back over at the beginning, at square one, in terms of re-sparking this connection with you. Five of Cups is Scorpio energy of sadness and remorse about the past. Yes, they're focused on the Three Cups that spilled everything out, the love and emotion that was spilled and wasted between the two of you, the time, effort, and energy that they wasted. There's still two upright cups behind them, though. That's the connection between the two of you. It's still there for you. It's still there for them. Their focus isn't in the right place, though. They're focused on the past, and they're feeling the bad effects emotionally of what they did. They're feeling guilt and shame and remorse about what they did, sadness about what they did, regrets about what they did, regrets about following the wand, when that's not really what's important. Laying right next to that, okay, let me back up. Laying right next to the wand is Judgment. Yes, the wand, and following that, is what got judgment passed on them. That's what ended this. It's what made it dead and over with. But then the wand representing trying to re-spark the connection is what they want. They want to resurrect this. They want to bring it back from the dead and re-spark it with you. They want the ending of the cycle that's going on between the two of you now, and the beginning of a new cycle where everything gets healed and it gets resurrected and put back together. It gets all balanced back out here, and the right, fair, just thing happens. What's supposed to happen happens. I don't think it's their decision on whether to do that or not, though. But laying right next to the sadness and remorse and the guilt and all that stuff about what they did is the Star. Having the hope that this can be overcome. Having the hope that everything they did can be healed here, and that there can be planning for the future. I don't know that they're getting their hopes up for it, though. This is someone who's feeling emotions but doesn't want to face the emotions they're feeling, so they're like pushing them off to the side, trying to ignore the emotions. The final card to clarify this Queen of Pentacles here is the Seven of Pentacles. This is a period of time, it's Taurus energy. It's a period of time where they're pausing to reflect and take stock of this connection, take stock of the situation that you guys are finding yourselves in, And what they're doing is taking a look at the seeds that have been planted between the two of you. And they're trying to decide, are these 7 seeds ever going to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that I really want? Again, I've alluded to that 10 of Pentacles a couple, 3 different times here. There's the counterparts, the separation between the two of you, not being together and them wanting to put it back together. Is this ever going to turn into us being combined together? Or is this a spot where maybe it's not going to pan out? I think that's their indecision. Can we put this back together? Or is this not going to pan out and maybe I need to move on? It's the same here. Like, can we put it back together or not? Can we heal it or not? Can we resurrect it or not? Or when she cut me off, is that the end? It's them going through that period of time where they're contemplating that type of stuff. Definitely what's going on, because the last card actually is 2 for them. We got Judgment again and the 4 of Swords. So again, Judgment's that final decision. Is that judgment you passed, like is it dead and over with? Or can we resurrect this and bring it back to life? And this 4 of Swords is Libra energy of taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. It's about trying to go inside and heal something. We're trying to go inside to do some thinking about something, to figure out what to do moving forward here after this judgment, or what to do about the judgment. It's them trying to figure this out. Tell me more about Judgment and the 4 of Swords, Gemini's person, please. See if anything flipped over. That felt weird. Nope. Let's get one more on Judgment and the 4 of Swords. Wow. On the bottom of the deck, there's the King of Swords. The swords are about thoughts and truth and communication. This is the pinnacle of that suit. So yeah, again, I'm feeling like your person, they're trying to not get their hopes up. They have the hope, but I don't think they want to let that get out of control. So they're trying to be very logical and rational and reasonable about this. This could just be representing you, because this is a Gemini card. This could be them trying to figure you out, trying to figure out how to get you to agree to resurrect this. This could just be that maybe their intuition, their gut feelings, their emotions are telling them, no, Gemini's never going to have it. They're not ever going to take me back. And they're trying to like be rational and reasonable and logical about it. This is a decision-making energy, but I still don't feel like ultimately it's really their decision. I feel like maybe they have decided what they want, and now it's a matter of trying to figure out how to convince you to be on the same page as them. I think they're ready to take the leap of faith on this. This could be right here with Death and the Queen of Swords. Yes, it could be there was a death and a severing in the connection. This could also just be for them, they're ready to cut off this painful transformation process and step out the other side and just go for it with you. Try to resurrect it and bring it back. It could be that. I do have now, though, the King and the Queen of Swords, which we've seen the King and Queen of Cups and Pentacles. That's 2 people that are probably supposed to be together. This doesn't represent that. This represents 2 people that used to be together. So I don't think they're digging the fact that you used to be together. They want you to currently be together, which is why I'm clarifying Judgment in the 4 of Swords. They're trying to figure out how to bring it back so that you are together again. To clarify that, before I do that, be sure to stop by my website and enter your name into the drawing. Maybe I can get you a free reading. Maybe I can send you a gift card. Either way, there are 3 different Gemini birthday gifts that you can pick from. You just pick whichever one you like the best, and I'll send it to you for free. I just need you to cover the shipping so I can afford to do that for everybody. But to clarify Judgment and the 4 of Swords, I have the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So this 7 of Wands is Leo energy. This is about being walled off and defensive in a sense, but it's more about them trying to defend their position on something, defend their stance on something, defend their stance on wanting to resurrect this. It's about them being willing to fight for what it is that they believe in, fight for what it is that they desire, fight for this connection with you, fight to get this connection brought back from the dead, get it brought back from this break that it's currently on, fight for what they want, which is to re-spark this connection. Again, fight for what they want, which is judgment. So what they want is judgment above it and to the left of it. And right before you get there is the passionate new beginning, re-sparking the passion and the desire. They definitely want you back, Gemini. Next, we have the Six of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy. This is a card of balance. It's generosity. It's reciprocity. Like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. You take care of me, I'll take care of you. It's equal give and take here. I think they're ready to have equal give and take. I think they're ready to balance it out. There's 3 cards of balance in the deck as far as I'm concerned. Maybe 4 if you count Temperance, but that's not really always what it's about. All 3 of those cards are right here. The overall energy, the Two of Pentacles, the mutual point of interest is the most powerful card of balance, Justice, and here's the 3rd one here. This is probably the 2nd most powerful. So that's what they're trying to fight for. They want to balance this connection back out. As far as they're concerned, there still is a connection between the 2 of you. It's just shit has gone sideways here, and they want to heal that. They have the hope that it can be healed. I think they're trying to not get their hopes up too high because they don't want to be any more disappointed when it doesn't pan out that way. They're definitely contemplating whether or not it can pan out that way, and I don't think they know for sure either direction. It's probably not their choice, it's probably yours. But ultimately, they would like to get past it and move forward. They would like to balance this out. And the final clarifier here is the one that just shot off on the floor, so this is screaming at me that this is important too. It's the Hierophant, the Taurus Major Arcana card here. So this is a card of commitment. It's about taking things to the next level from wherever they are. If people are like dating and together, this would be going to the next step, like becoming engaged or getting married. If you're separated, this would be going to the next step of getting back together, being back in the committed relationship. Again, having the King and Queen of Pentacles here, and all the times I've alluded to the 10 of Pentacles, it would not surprise me if you guys are married and shit has gone sideways. It wouldn't surprise me if you lived together and shit went sideways and now you don't live together. Or at the very least, you were in a committed connection to begin with and were probably going in the direction of living together at some point, combining your lives together at some point, and then all this happened. But this is them trying to figure out how to come back from this, how to bring it back, how to fight for what they want, to balance it back out, to get the commitment back with you. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Gemini love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation, and I'll see you in the next video.